we've had all the Test cricket we wanted to know. It's one-day international time, the World Cup is around the corner, all the news around that and from elsewhere in this edition of Cricket Midweek. Welcome to the show. Well, the announcement of all the squads were obviously eagerly anticipated, but the biggest bit of news came when West Indies named their squad. No Dwayne Bravo, no Kieron Pollard. The reason? Probably, well, it's not confirmed, so it's probably the abortion of the tour of India in November last year, and Bravo and Pollard perceived to have played a big role in that. Were they being victimised? Chris Gayle certainly thinks so. We're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes, but certainly the West Indies squad weakened. Clive Lloyd has come out and said since then that the change was necessary for West Indies cricket. All that West Indies have done over the past few years, according to Lloyd, was recycle that team. They needed to go forward, and that's the reason for dropping Bravo and Pollard. Like we told you, Chris Gayle very, very upset at Dwayne Bravo and Kieron Pollard being left out of that West Indies squad. Speaking after the second T20I against South Africa, which he played a big role in West Indies winning, he called it ridiculous. He said, come on, it's ridiculous that Bravo and Pollard do not figure in that West Indies team. He just couldn't understand what made them incapable of joining that West Indies team, what worked against them. He did use the word victimization, but Clive Lloyd, again later, coming out and saying that he was disappointed in what Chris Gayle had to say. As far as Lloyd was concerned, it's a move forward and he doesn't want to look back as he tries to lift West Indies from what really is an abyss that they have gotten into. Very interestingly, Michael Clarke selected in the Australian team. He's been named captain as well, even though there's no real possibility as things stand at the moment of him playing the first game that Australia play in that tournament. In fact, the official statement from Cricket Australia saying that they expect Clarke to be fit for the second game. That's against Bangladesh on 21st February. So he's not going to be captaining the team the first game. George Bailey will, and there's no real confirmation as to whether Clarke will be fit at any stage during the course of the World Cup. If by the 21st he's not fit, he's going to be replaced in the team. That's what it looks like, but a somewhat contentious, if not controversial, selection there. Well, just a few days back, Misbah-ul-Haq played a one-day international-like innings in a test match. We all know about that, but he doesn't want to play one-day internationals anymore. We don't know if that's because of some sort of signal to have come in or some sort of feelers that have gone his way from the Pakistan Cricket Board, but he's not young anymore. He wants to focus on Test cricket after the World Cup. He's not going to play one-day international cricket anymore. Shahid Afridi might not play one-day international cricket for too long either, so I wonder who's going to take over that team once Misbah calls it quits after this World Cup. Well, Stuart Broad coming out and saying that the Kevin Pietersen saga was not handled very well by the England and Wales Cricket Board. No, he's not had a change of heart. What Stuart Broad wants to say is that, like any other player, when Kevin Pietersen was dropped or when the England and Wales Cricket Board wanted to drop him, they should have just dropped him quietly instead of saying that he'll never play for England again and stuff like that, because according to Broad, what that did was give Kevin Pietersen the chance to come out and speak against everyone. The way the entire thing around Peterson's book became a media circus, a frenzy of sorts. Broad wishes that things had worked out differently, and like any other player, Pietersen had just been dropped and the matter had been led to rest there. Well, a bit late in the day for Broad to be expressing his opinion that circus certainly taking place and a lot of people benefiting from it as well. Kevin Pietersen certainly getting the most sympathy at the end of that whole saga. We leave it there for now on Cricket Midweek and be back next week with another episode.